Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel. My name is Jackie and today I'm here to do my TBR for Spook-A-Thon. So I kind of decided last minute that I was going to participate in this read-a-thon. It is a week-long read-a-thon that is hosted by Books and Lala, and I will link all the information for the read-a-thon down below in the description box if you guys would like to participate. It is taking place from October 15th to the 21st, so just over a week from now. And yeah, I saw a lot of other people deciding to participate this year, so I figured I wanted to participate for the past year. I'll do it this year. So without further ado, I'm just going to jump right into my TBR. So challenge number 1 is to read a thriller, and for this I decided to go with Misery by Stephen King. It wouldn't be a spooky readathon without including a Stephen King book on my TBR. So this is a Stephen King book I have been recommended so many times by people on BookTube as well as my personal life. My mom really loves Misery, and I honestly don't know really anything about it. I know it has to do with like a really big fan of like this thriller writer, I believe. I could be completely messing that up, but like I said, I've been hearing fantastic things about this for years, ever since I started reading Stephen King. Like, people are like, have you read Misery yet? Have you read Misery yet? I'm like, not yet, but I think this will be the perfect time to get to it. So challenge number 2 is to read a book with purple on the cover, and for this one, this is actually the only non-thriller book that I have on the TBR, and that is Mirage by Samaya Dodd. This came in my most recent Aloe Crate unboxing. I will have it linked in the cards for you guys to check out if you haven't already. But this is YA fantasy, and it follows our main character Amani, who is a dreamer. And apparently in this kingdom that she is living in, she has very similar looks to the princess, who is apparently in some sort of danger. And Amani decides to play the Prince of the Pauper situation and switch places with the princess in order to, keep her safe. So that sounds really interesting, and I actually had an arc of this from NetGalley. I got it a few months ago. I never read it in time for its release, but I always had been interested in it, and this cover is stunning and definitely perfect for Halloween time, so I'm really excited to get to this. Challenge number 3 is to read a book that is not set in our current time period. For this, I am going with Hunting Prince Dracula by Carrie Maniscalco. This is book 2 in the Stalking Jack the Ripper series. I read Stalking Jack the Ripper in March and loved it, so I'm really excited to continue on with this series. This is taking place in like Victorian London times, and this follows our two main characters, Audrey Rose and Thomas. And Audrey Rose is studying under her uncle as a mortician, and Thomas is kind of like her sidekick there. And in the first book, they are trying to figure out who Jack the Ripper actually is after, these murders keep happening that kind of follow his killings that he was doing back in the 1800s. And then the second book, they are in Transylvania, and they are investigating killings similar to what Prince Dracula or Vlad the Impaler did. So really excited to read this one. The first book definitely had a very creepy element to it, and I loved it, like I just said, so I cannot wait to pick this one up. So challenge number 4 is to read a book with a spooky word in the title, and for this I'm going with Little Monsters by Kara Thomas. This was one of my most anticipated releases of last year, and I actually have been hearing like not so great things about it, but I still do want to give it a try. It is YA thriller, and it follows our main character. Her name is Casey, and she moves to this new town, and she makes a small group of friends, and one by one those friends, start getting killed off. So, yeah, again, I've been hearing not so great things about it, but I want to give it a try and see what I think, because I heard Kara Thomas is a really good author in general. This was just not her best work. So, and she just had a new book release sometime earlier this summer too, which I've been hearing fantastic things about, so I'm excited to give her a try. So challenge number 5 is to read a book with pictures in it, and for this I am going with Miss Peregrine's Home for Peculiar Children by Ransom Riggs, and this is the first book in the Miss Peregrine's Home for Peculiar Children series. This is a series that the 4th book just came out at the beginning of this month, and everybody raves about this series, and I wanted to check it out for a while. This is YA urban fantasy, and it follows a young boy who he starts off in this book living in the US, but he makes his way somehow to Wales, and he finds out that there is this home for kids with supernatural abilities just like him, and it kind of takes off from there. There is a bunch of spooky pictures included in this book. Let me find one for you guys. So hopefully you can see that okay. But yeah, they're kind of thrown throughout, and I guess the author kind of developed the story around these pictures, which I think is really interesting. So I need to see what all the hype is about finally. And the last challenge isn't really a mandatory one, but it is just to read the buddy read, and that is to read Toil and Trouble 15 Tales of Women in Witchcraft, and this is an anthology. Now, I really haven't decided if I'm going to read this yet. I will decide in the upcoming week, and I'll let you guys know in my reading vlog for that week. But this one, I don't typically reach for anthologies. I've read like one or two in the past, and I just haven't gotten along with them very well, but I've been hearing raving reviews about this one, and you know, it sounds interesting, so I'll give it a try. That is everything I would have for this video, you guys. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, be sure to give a thumbs up and subscribe if you have not already. I post new videos every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Be sure to let me know in the comments down below if you guys are participating in Spook-A-Thon, and if you're vlogging, as I would love to know. And as always, all my social media links are linked down below for you guys to go check out if you have not already. And with all that being said, I hope you guys have a fantastic rest of your day, and I will see you soon for another video. Thanks for watching, everybody. Bye!